Hey everyone, Father G here, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Nioh 2 beta. Just some quick background, I tried the original Nioh completely by chance and instantly fell in love with it from a 1 level beta. In the original Nioh, I had managed to beat the entire base game on every difficulty except Way of the Nioh, which I'm currently working on now anyway. This has been this has accumulated a total of 238 hours, and I am currently level 480. I only tell you this useless exposition just to, kind of let you know that I have extremely high expectations and standards for this upcoming game, so I'm not just giving you a half-assed or bullshit answer. That this is what I really think of the beta. I'm going to kind of give you my personal thoughts and opinions on the Nioh 2 beta. Currently, I'm doing a fresh run on Nioh 2 just because of my infatuation with the game and the universe it's set in. The footage displayed, however, though, in the video is from my level 480 character. Originally, I wanted to use, a video that I saved from the beta. But the more I played it, the more addicted I became, so I kind of stopped focusing on what would be good content for a video and just started to really dive into the levels and explore their design and study what little of the story they did give us and just, kind of go through that entirely. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of go over the level design, some of the combat system upgrades, just a little bit about what I saw and experienced, nothing too in-depth. I'm going to definitely start with the level design though, because it was completely breathtaking. The first game, as you can see, had extraordinary level design and variety through the many missions they gave you. Excuse me. Quick sidebar is this is the One-Eyed Dragon's Castle from the first DLC that was released with Nioh 2, or Nioh, sorry. They definitely took what they did here in the first game and expanded on it. The levels were, vast, expansive, and pleasing to the eye. They made you feel like you were truly in a war-torn Japan, which is absolutely perfect. They nailed the setting because it's set during the Oda Nobunaga campaign. One of my favorite parts of the universe of Nioh is just how the aesthetics of the levels, make you feel that demons could truly exist, that evil is all around you, and not only do they exist, but the situations that the people find themselves in and you find yourself in are completely hopeless. Now, while the levels do feel desperate and hopeless, they also convey the idea that beautiful things and places aren't safe from the perils of war, that the sights that draw you in with their often vibrant colors quickly strike out at you and remind you that all around you is struggle and pain. As for the actual structural designs of the levels, they do not disappoint. Now, I'm not exactly a professional when it comes to such a topic, however, the missions are very clearly designed by an expert who cares about the game and cares about the fans that they'll be releasing it to. There's good verticality and, tunnels underneath pretty much every level, or the 2 that we got to play, and several broad paths that if explored can lead to bonus rewards or secrets such as Kodama or Hot Springs. Each path is just as challenging as the next, but they do it in a way that they use familiar enemies in surprising strategic positions. There's just a good setup to the levels that challenges the player so that he needs to, think on his feet and always keep an eye out for the stab in the back or the long-range sniper. One thing is for sure, it's not just the levels that captivate you, but the style of combat that hooks you and keeps you coming back for more. In my experience, I have never played a game that has a combat system and style like what you find in Nioh. From what we saw out of the beta, they only improved upon the formula that they created in the first game. The combat remained true to what made it so diverse and fast-paced, but all while upon improving itself. The improvements that, in the combat system create a challenging and rewarding as it was like before, but now with a more strategic side to it. The 3 stance system now integrated with new combo and movesets for each weapon, they make it feel more like a chess match, and they reward critical thinking and proper positioning. The new combos seem to me as though they were implemented to reward discipline instead of button mashing, which is cool because it adds a completely new element to the combat. Along with upgraded moves and combos, we also got an overhaul to the skill tree, adding a new look to the nodes and making it easier for you to find out what skill is where and how to get it. This was a feature I really enjoyed because it allowed you to search through a list of skills and, show you how to reach each one and where to invest the skill points to get there the fastest. That is just, pure fan service if you ask me. I like this feature because in Nioh 1, I didn't discover certain Omnio magic like what I'm using right now. Those are talismans that give me more Amrita per hit and double Amrita on a kill, which allowed me to build a power super build that never ends basically because I get Amrita back with what powers your super per hit and double per kill. So, that's why I pop my super all the time and I just run through everyone. But I didn't discover certain Omnio magic like that until level 215, which made the game so much easier and opened up a whole new set of possibilities with my build. I will also say, while it seems like they made aspects of Nioh 2 easier to understand and traverse, they most certainly stepped up the level of difficulty from demons and the complexity of their moves, which this creates a perfect balance in my opinion. Things are never too easy that you can just stroll through the levels without a little critical thinking and hard work, but they give you the tools to succeed if you just apply yourself and mastermind the plan of how. I won't go into the demon abilities much because I can't say I got to experience enough of them to formulate a valid and accurate opinion. There's roughly 20 or more spirits in Nioh 1, and they only got to use 3 in the beta for Nioh 2. I did enjoy how, though, they made them feel more like a power-up or a buff than they did a crutch to lean on. Each demon and spirit offers different movement and attacks along with the ability to edit your appearance. They also added what they call soul cores, which allows you to perform a more of like a power move from a demon enemy that you've already defeated. At first I wasn't crazy about them, but they did add a completely new element to the combat setting and system that, the idea is reinforced that each move is like a chess game, that it requires strategy or you will be punished. The variety of enemies was well balanced as well, with plenty of lower tier enemies to mix in with the more powerful demons and mini bosses. They made both levels build to the challenge that was waiting for the player at the end, so you knew exactly what was going to happen. They didn't pull out anything that you wouldn't expect. Just a quick note, the bosses were very challenging and very well designed. I only got to do 2, that doesn't give you much of an idea, but the 2 weeks I experienced were unique and provided me with challenges that required me to think on my feet and just kind of adapt to every single move that it made to, end up victorious. One of the things I always loved about Nioh is that it was a challenging universe that pulled absolutely no punches. From the very first moment you start up in a mission and you encounter your first enemy, it makes it instantly known that it's not fucking around. Like, everything can and will kill you if given the chance, and that's exactly what they brought to the table for the sequel, in my opinion. Nioh 2 feels like an old friend that you haven't seen in years, but then they lost 100 pounds and are completely shredded now. It's familiar, but, improved upon. And in this case, Nioh 2 feels like they improved upon every aspect of Nioh 1. You feel it in the movement, the character customization, and just in general the world around you. To me, it feels exactly like a sequel should. My overall thoughts are that I enjoyed the beta, and I'm getting pretty much everything I could want out of the follow-up to, what was a complete dark horse game to me. They're improving on everything while completely leaving the soul of the first game intact. Team Ninja seems to know exactly what the fans want and how to give it to them. The current course they're setting up for, just to me seems like for greatness in the second game, which will hopefully get more attention since the first one was pretty well received amongst most of the fans. and it'll draw in new players and old veterans alike to share in, what I think is a fabulous creation. So all in all, I'm excited for Nioh 2. I really hope that they'll release a last chance beta so that I can play some more before the full game comes out to see if they changed anything or, how they changed it. Also because Nioh to me is what I imagine heroin feels like, but that's a totally different story. So basically, what did you think of the beta? What did you think of the first game? Or are you sitting here like, what the hell's a Nioh? I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you liked, what you disliked, what you think they should change, improve upon, just basically what you thought about the first game and the Nioh 2 beta. So check me out on Twitter at Father Gazpacho and on YouTube at Father Gazpacho. So, thanks for listening. That's Father Gazpacho. Third time, heading out. Cheers.